Wausau, I am thrilled to share with you the second video edition of Wausau's State of the City. Now, you might see some similar themes to last year, but we're making tons of progress. So I'm so excited to share with you the top 10 things we're working on and introduce you to some new faces. Let's go. I am so excited to tell you that we are mere weeks away from opening our brand new drinking water treatment facility. Remember this scene from last year? Here we are now. Now, once this plant gets going, all of the water flowing through it will be treated with both anionic exchange and PFAS pulling out resin. That will take our PFAS levels in the Wausau water down between 0 and 20 parts per trillion. Now, in the next 2 years, we will continue this work by adding a granular activated carbon system that will pull us down to the current non-detectable levels of PFAS. This GAC system will future-proof our drinking water facility for years to come as we learn more about emerging contaminants. Now, you met Fire Chief Bob Bartek last year after he said yes to leading our fire department. He's been so busy over the last year making things happen, and he has a really exciting announcement for what's coming up over the next 3 years. Chief, take it away.
Thanks, Mayor. It's been an exciting year here at Wausau Fire. We continue to hit call volume records every year. Our firefighter paramedics continue to meet that call demand in a kind and compassionate way to serve our community in their time of need. But we've needed help. And we went to the Common Council and the community asking for help, and they've answered that call. We're adding a dozen new positions to Wausau Fire Department, the first time we've made any additions in staffing since 1970. We're funding those positions, 9 of those positions, for the first 3 years through the highly competitive SAFER grant from FEMA. Only 7% of applicants were able to receive that grant. It's going to make a great impact on our community. We're actually recruiting right now for those 12 new positions. We're going to be starting them in early 2023, and we can't wait to see the future of this department with all these new firefighter paramedics serving our community.
And we got this new 2022 Sutphen ladder truck serving the city on the west side.
Speaking of hiring, we're doing a lot of that right now. Like every other organization, we're working hard to stay fully staffed as the economy continues to shift and workers take on new opportunities. We're hiring for police officers, public works professionals, and a few strategic positions too. This year marked Transit Director Greg Soibert's 40th anniversary with the city, but it also marked his final year. After decades of service, Greg is retiring so he can spend some time with his family and pursue his dream hobbies. Greg, thank you so much for your service.
Well, I'd like to thank the City of Wausau and the citizens for giving me this opportunity. I started a job 40 years ago that turned out to be a career. I'll also remember my staff. I've had some fantastic people working for me over the years. I have fantastic people working for me currently, and I'm going to miss them. You know, you spend a good chunk of your life and a good chunk of every day at work, and that's your life. And so it will be interesting moving on to other things and filling those hours with other things. And I've got a list now, and we'll see how long it takes me to get through that list, but I look forward to other opportunities.
Now, you're not replaceable, but thank you so much for laying the foundation for our next transit director. The search is currently on. Helping the unhoused is a priority for the council, the community, and my administration, which is why I'm so excited to build on the pilot program we started in 2020 by hiring Tracy Rieger as Wausau's first ever community outreach specialist. Now, you might recognize Tracy for her years of service with Catholic Charities. She hit the ground running, helping folks on day one, and she's keeping up the pace.
Hi, my name is Tracy Rieger, and I am the new community outreach specialist for the City of Wausau. I am working very closely with the Wausau Police Department and other partnering agencies to help the unhoused population here in our city. My job as the outreach specialist here for the City of Wausau is to be an advocate for those that are unhoused, whether that's helping them with their food insecurities, housing insecurities, addictions, or whatever other issues they're struggling with. It is my job and my goal to help those issues get resolved amongst that population. In addition to that, I'm going to be working closely with our downtown businesses to find out what issues they're experiencing with our homeless population as well, and help resolve those issues as well. I'm really excited to be put in this new role as the Community Outreach Specialist for the City of Wausau and help connect our homeless community with the resources that they have available to them.
We are so pleased that the Wausau City Council agreed to fund this position with American Rescue Plan dollars for the next few years. Speaking of the American Rescue Plan dollars, Wausau staff has been busy pitching ideas to the City Council for how to use Wausau's $15.6 million allocation. So the Council has already allocated $6.3 million, and here's what they funded. They've funded the PFAS response, both the water pitchers and the pilot study, upgrading our streetlights to LED to save energy and money, funding for the Community Partners Campus, funding for Catholic Charities year-round, night and day services, and lastly, affordable housing. When it comes to affordable housing, city staff, alders, and community members have been busy figuring out how to get more affordable housing into our community. Our Affordable Housing Task Force met for a year and came up with 5 initial recommendations, including using city-owned land to build 2- and 3-bedroom affordable housing units, single-family homes for income-qualifying individuals, and bolstering rent payments through subsidies. Now, so far, the City Council has approved moving ahead with single-family homes and is considering our RFP responses for affordable housing apartments. In other housing news, Council approved the first development project for the former Wausau Center Mall site. Known as the Foundry on 3rd, this development will cover 1 city block and contain street-level retail space, 155 market-rate apartments, and will end up being worth at least $24.5 million. The city's participation is by funding the development gap using PAYGO. Now, once the developer begins to accrue taxable value, then they can take advantage of that reverse TIF payment. Wausau City Clerk Caitlin Bernardi joined the City of Wausau last November, and she's already finding her stride when it comes to elections.
Hello everyone, I'm Caitlin Bernardi, the new City Clerk for the City of Wausau. 2022 has been a busy year here for elections, with 4 this year. So far, our clerk's office staff has sent out over 8,000 absentee ballots and have helped process over 14,000 ballots cast in the first 3 elections. In 2022, we are excited that we deployed our new Badger book, our e-poll books, to 2 of our poll sites and Central Count. Our Badger books will help make elections more efficient here in the City of Wausau, making it quicker for the voter and more efficient for our poll workers and city staff. Look for more of those Badger books to be out at the poll sites in 2023.
Fun fact, we made a series of amazing videos about how these elections work. Head over to our YouTube channel to see them. Lastly, Wausau turned 150 this year. In celebrating the decades of Wausau progress, we unveiled Wausau's first ever strategic plan to chart our next several years ahead. Thank you so much for joining me on this second State of the City Roundup. I hope 2023 is just as productive as 2022.